Now that we know what distributive negotiation is, let's talk about the different strategies you can use to achieve a beneficial agreement. We've already discussed BATNAs, reservation points, and targets, and now it's time to revisit them in light of the new knowledge we've accumulated. When you're entering negotiations thinking it's a win-lose situation, you must do everything in your power to maximize your chances to be the winning side. The pie is on the table, and you want the bigger slice. One of the easiest ways to tip the scales in your favor is to revisit your BATNA, reassess, and improve it. Remember, the BATNA is the objective reality, and your bargaining partner may have managed to estimate what it looks like for you. Having a strong alternative to the negotiated agreement will reduce the power they have over setting the anchor or determining the bargaining range. While you're thinking about your BATNA, revisit your reservation point. Do not uncover it during the negotiations. Regardless of how friendly the conversation may be, letting your opponent know what your bottom line is invites them to offer you that price, which effectively takes away any surplus you may have otherwise secured. There are only two circumstances under which you can openly declare your reservation point. One is when the clock is running out and you're nearing the deadline for an outcome. In this situation, walking out with a deal, even at your reservation point, is still better than resorting to your BATNA. And the other is if you have an amazing BATNA and can afford to be aggressive, and you would be happy either if the other side walked or if they offered you something exceeding your reservation point. Okay, now a word of caution. When you choose to reveal either your bottom line or your BATNA, keep in mind this needs to be truthful information and not a lie. Lies are A, unethical, and B, very good at catching up with you, especially in the digital age where your presence is constantly updated and reviewed. Strategy tip number 4 has to do with your opponent's BATNA, and we cannot stress this enough. Try and learn it. This will minimize their leverage and increase yours. How about that? When you're in a win-lose situation, one of the most advantageous things you can do to secure a good chunk of the pie is to make the first offer, but only if you are prepared. Otherwise, you are risking setting the bar either too low or too high. In the first scenario, you may fall victim to the winner's curse. In the second, you may alienate and make the other party hostile. If you manage to make the first offer, it will serve as an anchor point, ensuring you come out of the negotiations with the better deal. Of course, getting this much in return doesn't come cheap. Making the first offer is a difficult task. The offer should be well balanced. It should not insult your bargaining partner or reveal the bargaining space too much. That said, don't ever make an offer structured as a range. One of the main things you're trying to achieve with a first offer is to land it in the bargaining zone. If you succeed, it will act as a guiding star for your opponent, and they will issue a counteroffer with your first offer in mind. You would be orchestrating the negotiations.